Well, comic book fans, I am back with another video. We're on the first issue of Spider-Man 2099. Now, if you may be familiar with the story of the character, because he's been in big pot stay in pop culture media for the past few years since around the 2000s. Thanks to the game, thanks to the Spider-Verse game, Shattered Dimensions, it's sort of sequel kind of thing called Edge of Time, and the popular Spider-Verse comics, and the recent movie Spider Across the Spider-Verse film. This character's become popular. Across the Spider-Verse is actually his first animated debut in anything media outside video games. So he's only been, well, technically it's his second. He made his first appearance on TV back a few years ago in a few episodes of Ultimate Spider-Man, most likely two. It's a multi-part episode, which is named after the Spider-Verse comics. Miguel's just a popular character. This guy's just a popular character. Of course, he wasn't the only character in the 2099 continuity. But I don't know the story, but as I know, they've mostly been forgotten about. So, Spider-Man 2099 is the only character to stay in power in modern day story, modern day. He doesn't have much of his own comics. He does still have his own comic line going on. He even had a crossover with original Spider-Man, Peter Parker. So I'd like to see Insomniac set this character up one day. Hold us over while creating a new game. Using the mechanics they use in Spider-Man, Spider-Man games, add some more futuristic elements for the Spider-Man 2099 game. They already got the web wings, web slinger. We could explore the urban York. Anyway, so yeah, but Spider-Man 2099 have been staying in power for years. A very popular Spider-Man. Yeah, how come he's never had his own show or movie? It'd be interesting if Miguel's original story where we get to know Miguel's villains. The 2099 unit continuity. Because I'm not really familiar much with Miguel. Sorry. I'm not familiar with Miguel's villains. At all. I'm serious. I'm not familiar with any Spider-Man 2099 villains. Because, mainly, he's not really been much of a... because he's never appeared in any adaptations other than video games. But also crossover games. So, well, it's kind of sad. But maybe thanks to the popularity of Across the Spider-Verse, of course, Miguel's Twitter is a bit of a villain, but he's not a bad guy. Well, hopefully he gets his own adaptation properly soon. There's rumor that Disney Plus is working on the Spider-Man 2099 series, which I do hope is true, because Miguel needs his own series. Even needs his own show. For us to get more familiar with the characters, plus Marvel could reprint a lot of the old comics, promote them on the Marvel Unlimited app, which I read. Thanks to that app, I read this comic. Explaining these comics for the first time is amazing. So shout out to Marvel Unlimited for the brilliant app. There is. I haven't encountered any bugs and it works pretty fine even when internet is slow. So here's a last to read. I read Fantasy number 15, Ultimate Spider-Man issue 1. I plan to recover the Fantastic Four's first comic. When we probably get a new release date for the film coming for the MCU. Right, sorry. Oh my god. This is the character's first appearance back in the 1990s. Yes, that's when this character was created. You always heard Hulk 2099, Punisher 2099, Doctor Doom 2099, an original character who got killed off in a crossover event, in the first crossover event of the 2099 universe. I'd like to see them reboot the 2099 continuity. I'd like to see the new takes make them popular for modern readers. So, Be interested. I can't find any other most of the other 2099 comics for now, that is. So I recommend just reading this story if you're just fans of Spider-Man 2099. Anyway, let's get to the story. So the story opens up in New York City in the year 2099. At the time, it was just called New York, just referred to as New York in the future. It was not. It did not go by New York. So I don't know when that's going to appear. Roger Dean, as Roger Dean's witness, a group of people, soldiers, fighting against what looks like Spider-Man. Now, people think this Spider-Man is a variation of Peter Parker, born in this century, born in 2099 instead of the past. That would be interesting, but now they decided to go a completely different direction, which I'm not against. Shows it could be a new character with new. You get to know. Well, that's why he doesn't really talk much. He gets 2 lines as Spider-Man. Sorry. Spider-Man 29 gets 2 lines at the start, as we don't see him in costume for the rest of the story. As he bites up his mouth. I saw him cut to an apartment complex and reduced to Miguel O'Hara. As we understand, knowing all the calls he's had, he has a personal AI assistant called Lila. Looks quite different. Looks very unique in this story. New true story. She's more of a Marilyn Monroe type of gal. I didn't say she looks like Marilyn Monroe, but she does remind me a bit of her for some reason. I don't know. But many design. I don't know how many times Lila's been redesigned a lot. Okay, because Miguel's never really had his own solo stories in animated, in media outside of comics. Like, seriously, the only times I get to play as Miguel O'Hara in a game is doing Spider-Man Shadow Dimensions and Edge of Time. The only games you play as after him. Anyway, Lila points out that Miguel hasn't allowed anything in his diary for a bit. Is Miguel to actually open up the diary and actually count his backstory? Miguel was a scientist working at the mega corporation known as Alchemax, one of the biggest corporations in New York City at 2099, which is towards the end of the 21st century. Just when 2019 ends, the 22nd century begins. Might be dead by the time that century comes out. By the time 2099 appears. I'll be 98 actually. When we get to 2099, I'll be 98. Like, I'm 22 right now. I told you 77 years, guys. 77 years before 2099 exists. At least this time, people not bite themselves in the ass. Mostly. We'll get Back to the Future. What I predicted 2015 might be like. Of course, it's from the 1980s, so of course, they imagine it'd be more futuristic and stuff. It was the 1980s. So it wasn't as long as 2099 now. Anyway, basically they're going to do an experiment of replicating Spider-Man's powers. Genetic DNA structure. Miguel's against testing using human test subjects. The head of Alchemax is Tyler Stone. Of course, Miguel, Mike. Anyway, experiment was done. Miguel went to check on the subject. He completely mutated into some creature. And he ended up dying. That was a final straw for Miguel. As he told Tyler, he's quitting. So in response, Tyler Stone gives him a drug. Slips a drug into his drink called Rapture. Created and legally legally sold by Alchemax. And it's a very, very addictive drug. And Alchemax is the only place that you can get it. Forcing him, he was tend to make Miguel work for him forever. Miguel gets a woman, I don't know if she's related to him or not, named Dana. He instantly hits her because of the Rapture drug. Apologizes for the Rapture drug. She tries to convince him to quit Alchemax. She can help survive Rapture, but Miguel does not want to be a drug addict. So that night he breaks into he breaks into Alchemax. To try and move the drug into his system. There's no traces of him being there. And he has DNA in the files. Because it's used to test on gorillas. But now, it's used on himself, not knowing that one of his greedy superiors, one of his greedy co-workers superiors, I don't know, tries to kill him in that tries to kill him by turning up the whole system's power. But Miguel survives, but has hands and talons. And the chapter on a cliffhanger. Great hope for new viewers of this to get hit all done this new Spider-Man. I think Miguel O'Hara was played by Dan Slott. I could be wrong about that. And feel free to correct me in the comments down below. But like I said, it was thanks to Shadow Dimensions that actually inspired the whole Spider-Verse comic series. And see if we can find a very first Spider-Verse comic. That's important. Miguel's over decades old and has only appeared in video games. And only made one appearance in anime. Only 2 animated appearances. Technically 3. But it counts. But it's basically. But I don't count them as Spider-Verse films as separate. I count them together because, they're basically a film series. So technically, Miguel's made 2 appearances. One in Ultimate Spider-Man, 2 episodes of Ultimate Spider-Man. And 1 and 2 movies of Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse movies. Appearing in the 3rd one coming out in the future. Well, he's voiced by Oscar Isaac, I think. Before Spider-Verse, during the Spider-Man 2099's run, Miguel actually crossed over with Peter Parker's Spider-Man, which I do plan to cover at some point. But now, though, I'm going to keep covering the 2099 Spider-Man comics. It'll be a unique experience. So, yeah, I really recommend you give this a read. Download the Marvel Unlimited app for a couple pounds a month. Or a couple bucks a month if you live in the US. Actually, it's in the States. It's pretty cheap. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to Marvel Unlimited. It's a good app. I recommend it. And give Spider-Man 29 a read, or any of the Spider-Man comics, or any other Marvel comics. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please press that button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel, notification bell. Be sure to always a custom video, and I'll see you guys next time for more videos. Comic Book Adventure out.